Hi everyone. So it has been a month, a little over a month, a few days since my surgery. So I just wanted to do another video, another post-op, just to kind of share again where I'm at in the process. I know some of you have been asking how I've been doing, and kind of just still want to update how everything's going, especially mostly for those of you who again might be looking at doing the surgery or have done the surgery and are in the same process, and just kind of maybe help give some expectation for how things go again. I know I've mentioned this in the past videos, but it's been really kind of helpful to already have an idea how things are going to feel, how things are going to work, kind of where I'm going to be at in the process. Of course, everybody wants things to be instant, and for sure with the surgery, recovery is not an instant thing. So it's just nice to go in knowing that, and knowing kind of what the process and the journey is going to be. So like I've said before, I had a anterior lumbar interfusion surgery on my spine, L5S1, and basically anterior again. If you, I've said this before, but if you're just now watching, anterior means they're going through the front. And really, I don't know, maybe if I've said this in past videos, but really the benefit of going through the front, in anybody's case, is it actually gives them more access to really increasing that space in the spine. The other big thing for me was because I've had so many surgeries already in the back, and I've had so many issues with the nerve back there. It's good for them not to have to go through the back and really mess with anything, make things back there more angry than they already are. So it was kind of actually helpful to go through the front. It's been hard though going through the front, just because of your stomach. You cut through those muscles, use your core and your abdominal muscles for a lot of things, as I've understood and learned. So that's been kind of hard, but it's awesome because I had my doctor's appointment again on this past Friday, and he showed me my x-rays and showed me how much they were able to increase the spacing. It was definitely, the good thing is, I feel like maybe I'm rabbit trailing a little bit, but just to give context to everything, the good thing is, in my case, I had basically two issues. I had nerve issues in my leg with my sciatic, so lots of pain there, lots of numbness there, and then I had pain in my lower back, because of the lack of space, because of that degenerated disc there in my L5S1. So regardless of really why I did this surgery, is to, yes, hopefully fix the nerves, but really because it was automatic, I needed to increase my spacing in between those two vertebrae. And so it was a guarantee at least that I would, fix my lower back pain because of that. And even seeing the x-rays on Friday, it's like, whoa, they definitely over 4 millimeters of an increase, which is so great. And that disc was like in such bad shape, so it was really good to do it. And now it's just a waiting game with the nerves, because even on Friday they explain, you increase that space, you're now stretching all of those nerves, everything in there back out. So again, you're making them mad, but the good thing is you're actually giving them now the space to breathe that they should have, versus being all jammed in there, which is why everything kept still being really, really aggravated in there. So it was a good thing. It was great. Everything looks good. My spacer is in the correct spot. Screws are in the correct spots. So my surgeon, my doctor, was really happy with everything and how everything looks. My incision, which is about that much, starting with my belly button and just going straight down, it looks really good. It's healing up really well. So my sister asked if I was hoping that it would go away at some point, and I actually am like, no, I really want to like wear it as a badge. So I think it's kind of cool. So, but it has healed up really well. The abdominal muscles still pretty sore, but I can tell it's getting better. One of the things that I've really noticed that I'm still having some trouble with is just my insides, really my stomach. It's very, very sensitive, and I've already had a sensitive stomach before this, so it's even more. And some of that's probably a lot of the drugs that I'm still on, but I can just tell there's still a lot of irritation with them having to pull the organs out and then put them back in. So that's something to just think about and be aware of, especially again, just going back to food. I had a family friend send me a sweet gift basket of like M&Ms and beef jerky, and this beef jerky is from like a local place back home, and I love the beef jerky there and stuff. So it's such a farmer thing, I guess. But anyways, regardless, it's really good. But I started eating some, and then I was like, oh, I do not feel good. And I'm not saying this to make that person feel bad, because I still probably am eating it even though I shouldn't. But I noticed like it being so peppery that it affected me so much. It made me really nauseous. So just even being aware of those things, it's really important. I'm still downing all my M&Ms. So I've tried a lot of different kinds. But I'm still doing that, still keeping up on that. So I'm still on a lot of drugs. I think I talked last time. I was having, so because of the increase in space, it's a little bit of the reason why I've actually been having worse pain in some instances than I've ever had before. And again, a lot of it is just them messing with stuff in there, changing again, spacing in that spine. So I was getting a lot of bee stings, and I get it some still, but they put me on a drug called gabapentin. It's a neural drug. I've had a lot of success with it in the past, but it actually has really worked well with the bee stings. So it's been really nice with that. I'm still on a couple of the other things, just because things still hurt, and it just takes a long time. It really does. Recovery for this type of surgery, recovery with these things. I knew it, but I've realized it even more. It's just a long recovery process, and that's okay, because I do feel like I'm seeing progress, because I am having, there are some moments that are really good, and I can tell that something's doing what it should be doing. So that's always a great sign. I would rather be patient in the process and let my body heal in the way that it needs to heal, rather than just getting frustrated because things aren't the way that I would want them to be. A lot of people's stories that I've watched, everybody's different, and they can have crazy nerve pain for months and months and months, and then finally it just hits, and it's all better. So I'm not too worried about that. And for anybody who's like concerned that I'm saying, oh, I'm in all of this pain, I'm not concerned, I'm not frustrated, I'm not worried, because I know it's in God's hands, and I know this is the right thing to do, and it's going to be for the better. So I'm just taking it in strides. Another pain that I've noticed, just for those of you to be aware, with everywhere that sciatic nerve runs, it feels like literally wherever that is, I've always been numb. So I'm still numb in those spots, but now wherever it's numb, it's almost like I should look and it should be just bruised up, because anytime I touch it, it like feels like you would touch a bruise on your body. So that's been another thing that's been kind of weird. Maybe it's a great sign of what's coming with the nerve. But just something to look out for and to be aware of, because you just never know with the nerves. But I hope everybody's doing well. This is just a little bit again of an update of how everything is. Everything else is pretty much the same. I pretty much, am sitting, laying, resting, walking. I've been doing a lot of walking. I still use the walker or the cane. Honestly, I could probably walk without it in some points. Not very far, but I could. But I lose balance pretty easily, even with the cane. So it's much better for me to stick with the walker, stick with the cane, rather than risk me trying to do it, on my own and fall and mess everything up. Because again, the process of the fusion healing and being fully done can be like a 6 month to 9 month process for that bone to actually fuse completely. So any trip up, any mess up is just not worth it, because if I were to fall, I could easily, mess that whole thing up, and then you have to go through it again, which I don't want to do. So I'd rather just be safe and look weird, I guess, with a walker. I'm rocking it as much as I can, So yeah, I'm still in the walker, still in the cane. I think it's a good thing for sure. But I am, getting up as much as possible and doing the little bit of therapy exercises that I have. I'll start therapy, actual physical therapy, here in 2 to 3 weeks. And big news, obviously, I should say this. I've been in Texas right now. It's actually been a cool, nice rainy morning, which I love. Don't see it much in the AZ, but I do get to fly home. So that's going to be an interesting process. I've already last night was like just thinking through all of it. But it's going to be good. I'm excited to go back. So to all my AZ fam, I'm excited to see everybody and get to give you a big hug, and it's going to be great. So that's it. Again, I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you so much for all of the love and the prayers and everything. If you've been commenting on these videos, I promise I am going to start responding to those of you who might have questions. I'm a little bit slow on getting back right now on the social media and even on text message and stuff, so please don't hold it against me. But I will get back to you. Like I said, I am on a lot of drugs, so even though drugs, I don't know, I have a high tolerance for drugs, so I'm not saying that it can sound really bad, but more just to say, like, I don't feel crazy on them, but I can definitely tell they're in my body, and I can feel a little bit slow sometimes, even just mentally. But all that to say, love you guys. Hope you're doing well.